Wednesday morning at 7:33.
The cards worked on. That one, the inking is done. This one I got transferred and started the inks, but I didn't get to finish those. Going to be working on those more later today. Meanwhile, I have 2 prints that are going out. One of which I think did come from all the hullabaloo on my TikTok. So I translated into about 25 to 30 new followers and a sale. And this one is also a sale, but it's not the one I was promoting. So I have a few copies of my misprinted comic left, so I put one each into each of these. Iced coffee, 2 more days until this isn't a realistic place to go to work. Previously I had been breaking it up, but now I'm just leaning into coming here for the last few days. Some videos, I've been trying to really hit the social media hard. And I'm back to this, which is just because I want to draw on this thing. But it was sort of like almost done, and now I'm redrawing it again. And I think I've done this thing where I kind of tried to do it in my head and do my own sort of version of the 90s. But then I keep seeing mistakes that are off model or the perspective is a little off, and so I'm sort of correcting it. I'm not stressing about this. I want to have it done for the Godzilla Festival in September, but if it's not, whatever. It's just like the thing I keep working on the side, even though it's not that big of a thing. And like when it's done, it'll look like something that I did in the afternoon, something I've been working on forever. I don't know why. Going on 12, I've been here about 3 hours. I've pretty much completely redrawn this whole part. I think it's more on model, it's more dynamic, the inking is better, the texture is better, everything is better, but it's nuts how long I've been working on this. I'm gonna head home, there's a package I'm gonna get, I'm gonna work on those sketch cards and maybe get them packaged up to send out today. All right, I'm gonna be gone for a while, so I found out, / volunteered to be on duty all night to bring the kid to bed, which means I'll have less free time later, which is fine. I did try to get some work done here, not as much as I'd like. This one was already done. This one is now done. This one is transferred. I still have to ink this and then color these, of course, and then I got one more to transfer. I want to still try to get these done tonight. I won't be able to mail them, but I'm going to get some independent play time. I'll try to sneak it in then or maybe later tonight, but this is, I really, really want to have this done tonight so I can mail it tomorrow, so this is off my plate before I go to Florida.
Yes, Violent Ken, welcome. Welcome to your shelf, friends. Good you. Violent Ken.
All right, it's almost 6, and I finished the inks for the 3rd card. I like the heavy blacks in here and the way I got the blast going. It's a little difficult to get some of the bone details. What I've been doing is I've also been using my own images, my own drawing as reference. Part of the problem, I've talked about this before, is I feel like I really like the digital images I create, and then when I shrink them down and transfer them, I just lose all this detail, and it gets kind of, I mean, it's by nature going to be less detailed and muddy because of just the transfer and the shrink. And I have a bunch more that I've committed to do, even more than I spoke of last time. So that's coming up. I'm not immediately. I'm going to do other things in between, but I might try to revisit. I think I'm one of the few artists that does it this way, and it's madness. So I think I might do some digital sketches to get a handle on the character, if it's one that I haven't drawn before, make sure I get the details right, and then just start penciling on the card and see how it goes, because it'd be faster. And the quality might be better. Or it might be the same, but easier. So, I don't know, I gotta think about that. But right now, I gotta go make dinner. I'm going to bed. Did not do a good job getting more work done on the cards. Got sidetracked by a bunch of other stuff. I have a list of things I need to do tomorrow before leaving. Tomorrow's Thursday. I'm leaving Friday, but I'm leaving like as soon as I wake up. And I'm getting up. I gotta double check. I want to say I'm getting up at like 5 in the morning. Super early. So tomorrow, I'm gonna take the kid to the final day of a summer program, get a cup of coffee just to catch up on social media, email, post, not going to draw or anything like that, get out of there quick. Then I'm going to start working. Actually, I'm going to stop at the post office, drop off 2 prints, pick up the paperwork I need to send internationally, because that is what I will need if I get these cards done. Then I will come home and work on getting my list ready / doing those cards, with the hope that I can have them done before I pick her up, but if not before 5, but you know, like, yeah. Thursday morning. Mixing in the meds for the cat food, baby. Yeah, the cats.
New neighbors, new boxes. Woo!
Sherman and back.
What'd you say?
Sherman and back.
Sherman and boxes. There's a little box here.
There's little boxes.
All right, so I'm at the coffee shop east my last time here for a while. I've been here maybe a little over an hour. I did a TikTok video coming up on a couple things. I'm going to dig work on this Godzilla a bit. This is a case where I keep working on it and it keeps getting better by a noticeable percentage. I have a deadline this will need to be done, but I'm allowing myself to waste quote-unquote time on this because I feel like I'm learning things that are important about perspective, about Godzilla anatomy, about shading. I feel myself leveling up as I keep redrawing it, as opposed to struggling and getting like 1% better. I feel like, yeah, it's like a learning exercise mixed in with trying to get a print ready. But now I'm gonna leave. Okay. What'd you say?
You little scoozer.
Look, I have 2 of the cards done. I have 2 more to go. It's going fast, it's going slow. I'm hitting, going back to what I was saying before about maybe trying to draw directly on the card instead of doing the digital, because they're all, it's disappointing me. They never live up to what I want them to be, and it's disappointing. All right, I'm about to leave and go pick up the kid. Then I'm going to my mom's unexpectedly, which is good because that means I could give Tech Advisor Azuki some more free time tonight, which is good because tomorrow, for the next few days, I won't be here to help anybody. And I was going to have to try to squeeze in getting milk, but I think Tech Advisor Azuki might pick up milk while she's out, so that's good. Finished the 4 cards. They're ready to ship. I'm waiting to confirm the shipping address because it's been a while since I sent it, and they had ordered something for me from Etsy, and it didn't get to them, and I lost a bunch of money there. Not a lot, but, you know, I wasn't able to get a refund. It doesn't matter. The point is, it makes sense to double check, but I'm ready to go. If I get that address by, let's say, 4:30 today, then I'll run over and mail it today. Otherwise, I'll have to mail it Tuesday. But either way, that's off my plate, which is good. I struggled a lot with like the first one, and it got easier as I went on. So like the last 2, I blasted through pretty quick, and my frustration dissipated. I gonna pick up a coffee and a cake pop for the kid because I promised her one before I left, and I realized, well, that's got to be today. And then I think we're getting Burger King because I think they have Naruto toy meals for dinner at my mom's house. After that, I just did a bunch of garbage around the house. I put in more load of the laundry. I did some dishes. I'm trying to get caught up on all the housework that I can get caught up before I leave. The last thing I got to do is clean the cat litter, but like a super mega scrub it out, bring it outside, hose it off. I'm going to do that after the kid's done so that I could then take a shower and like cleanse myself and probably shave and everything else, so I'll be all ready for tonight. I do have to get up around 5 tomorrow because I have to be at the airport. My flight leaves around 9, so I have to be at the airport around 7, which means I have to leave around 5:30, which means I have to get up around 5. So there's that. Okay, here we go. Get confirmation of the address to send the cards out, but I have them boxed up, ready to go. Went to the post office, got the custom forms I need, so I'll be able to send that out Tuesday when I get back. Meanwhile, I'm going to Ross because I have a minute to kill before I pick up the food from Jack in the Box. I'm also going to gas up the car so I don't have to worry about that later tonight or tomorrow.
Will there be anything good, or will it be just a lot of pops? Pop. These are cool. Loading. Wow, it's pretty barren. What is this?
So nothing. It was interesting to see that Godzilla is sort of like a vinyl statue, kind of chibi. It was $15. I think normally it was like 25, but even at 15, it was exciting to see it. But I'm like, I don't want it. I don't want it. If it was like $5, I might have got it and then not known what to do with it. But luckily, it was too expensive to waste money on. Yeah, I didn't need that. All right, 5:46 in the morning. It's starting to get light out, and I'm leaving. I took my time getting out of here. I have plenty of time. It's weird because I just have my backpack and a carry-on, which is usually I have everything filled to the brim plus 50 other things. Because usually I'm doing a show or I'm traveling with family. Ooh, okay, I shaved, but I thought I missed a spot. But it's a weird shadow. It's a weird face shadow because it's 5:45 in the morning. Going to Florida.
The music is by the mysterious Mr. Silly.
I'm watching this when I should be watching that. I was listening to Hyperfixed, which is some new podcast based on an old guy's podcast. Anyway, it's I'm going to be getting to the airport around 7:10. I didn't arrange parking ahead of time, but I think that'll be fine. Everything's fine. I got Dunkin' Donuts. I'm tired. My latte sucks. For some reason, I like one Splenda, but for some reason, people like to put 2 Splendas in, which makes it a little too sweet for me, but that's okay. But
it poured it on top. Like usually you want to put it in under the foam, or you got to mix it in, whatever. But I think they made the whole thing, and there's like a little layer of foam, and they put the Splenda on top. And I'm a diva about this because I took a sip, and it was basically like just like Splenda foam in my mouth. It was a big, like 2 packets of Splenda. One of them I just ate. It was just eating a packet of Splenda, which was fantastic. But I was thankful that Dunkin' Donuts was open, so I was able to get a breakfast sandwich. I'm eating breakfast at 5, 6 in the morning, whatever it is, while driving to the airport. I did bring some analog comics with me, some that I got from Comic-Con, some that I've had kicking around. I also realized I have an advanced digital comic of my buddy Mike's book that will be coming out at some point that I put an ad for in the back of the Horror Wave 4, the Hidden Dominion of Geordie, something like that. And I read about half of it months ago and never finished it. And now I'm going to see him. So I should probably try to finish that on the plane, which is something I've said before, and I remember running into problems because I think it's like on a Dropbox, not downloaded to my iPad, so we'll see how that goes. I also plan on doing a lot of drawing. Sketch cards are done. The client got back to me, too late to send before I get back, but I got all the info and postage taken care of and stuff, so I'll be doing that when I get back. I also got an Etsy sale, which I'll be taking care of when I get back. So, it's nice to know I got some work ahead of me. I always have work ahead of me. I've been thinking about issue 4 a lot, and when and where and how I'm going to start it, which is going to be soon-ish, but my time frames are all messed up because I had, in this dream world, thought that I'd have months in between starting issue 4 where I would finish up a lot of prints that I had started before, months ago. Before I started going hardcore and finishing 3 and a few other things. Prints, some of which are almost done, a couple hours, and then it's a new 11 by 17 colored print, some of which are not almost done, and yeah, I had the idea that I'd finish those, maybe do an auto-bio strip, a few other things, and then get back into issue 4. But if I let too much time elapse, it's going to mess me up, and the kid's going to be going to school in about 11 days, which was my sort of timeline of like, at that point, I'm definitely going back. So I might have to do a little bit of a hybrid where I'm sort of working on both at once, which is what I wanted to avoid, but I guess that's just unrealistic. And the other thing I realized is I'm putting it off a little bit because once I start actively working on issue 4, the timer has begun for issue 4. Issue 3 took years, and finishing it up felt weird because I was inking pages that I had penciled 2 years ago, that I had laid out 4 years ago, that I'd written 10 years ago, whatever. Issue 4, theoretically, I'm just going to start working on it and go through and get it done in real time. It'll be the first new stuff I've touched in years, like having not worked on it at all. But if I start working on it today and I get it done in a year, great, issue 4 took me a year. If I start working on it today and it takes me 5 years, it took me 5 years. So the longer it takes for me to start it, which makes no sense because it's still time that it hasn't come out, but I think there's a psychological blocker there, which I was unaware of until recently. That won't stop me from starting it. Even if I can't 100% jump into it, I will, at the very least, start working on it within the next 11 days. But I might even start working on it on the plane. If I have a copy of the script on my Dropbox, iCloud, iPad, somewhere accessible to me, which I think I set up a while ago, then that is something I will look at on this trip. Look at this fog. It's a foghorn leghorn. No, that's a big chicken. Is he a chicken? He's a rooster, right? Anyway, fog. Here we are at the parking deck on top of the airport, level 4. It's, I think it's about 7:15, so it should be light out, but it's a foggy mess day. I don't know why. It's kind of nice. I'm glad it's not hot. So I'm going to have to check in my bag, but I'm 90% sure I forgot to bring my headphones. I took them out of my bag and plugged them in, even though they had power, to make sure I'd have tons of power. And I think they're plugged in next to my bed. And I got about 10 hours of travel. Damn it. Now do I go ahead and try to find someplace that sells headphones, specifically the kind that'll fit in my weird ears, and pay probably triple what I should. I guess I'll go and see what I can find.
No, that's what we asked.
This is a weird, I guess they're under construction, but I feel like I'm in the back rooms, or at least in Severance. People mover, moving me. Look, my feet are a people mover. My feet are a people mover on the mover. I'm moving on the mover. It's a people mover. I'm a people on the mover. I'm moving a people. I'm a people moving a people on the people mover. Well, people move. While people move. I'm over here hanging out with robots. Yeah, robots and me.
No re-entry. Keep moving. No re-entry.
Oh, can I go back? Oh, I can't. I should have read the sign out loud 3 times. Oh, there's a... All right, let's... There's Mike and Rob. There they are. Look at them. They're sitting in rocking chairs like people.
You work remotely half the time or all the time?
Hey, look at me. I'm in Florida at Rob's house. He's got a bunch of Star Trek. It's a Star Trek Florida.
I hate that sound. What? You can talk. I was just recording the sound. You could be in the video. It's not your face. It's just the sound.
About is this was this cicada sound? Maybe it was just the year that the cicadas were there, because it's not like every summer is this sound.
Growing up,
they come a couple times.
Is it every 7 years or something?
Something like that. It's a cycle. There's a cycle.
But there's
to
also
it.
like locusts and other things and crickets. Like, but this specific sound,
But it might have just been that year.
Maybe it was every couple years. But as a kid growing up in New Jersey for however long, I remember this coming up often. And this is a memory of hot summers being locked outside.
Yeah, I think you just had a one specific summer when the cicadas were there, and now it's it's trapped in your brain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Rob in Jacksonville, but we just came to St. Augustine to see these guys. No, I don't know. We're here to get brunch, but it's like a historical downtown area. I'm walking through this historical area. I'm not reading or absorbing any of the history. I'm just enjoying the air conditioning.
It was all about get a bunch of humans and power them up, and I got 2 humans the entire game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, what's up? What? A spite buy?
Spitefully by I don't think I know this one.
Does he like toys? Like action figures? Like, the impression I get is the kids don't like action figures.
Actually, you know what's weird?
What's weird?
Getting up your own stuff. Yeah.
The sweat is going in my eyes and burning. It's a burning eye sweat here in St. Augustine. There's this cool coffee gaming store by Rob's house, which we are here now. We might play later. We're going out to eat, but it's big. It's got a lot of Warhammer stuff, and they got like play areas. It's pretty sweet.
Really gross.
I don't see lightning.
I haven't seen any over there.
It's raining in Florida. What a lovely way to be in rain when you're down in Florida. Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Lego store. At the gaming store, had dinner, gonna play some Magic. I bought this Mecha Godzilla mat like 6 months ago when I thought I was gonna start playing Magic again. I also bought a Doctor Who deck. Played like 1 time with a Doctor Who deck, never played with this mat. This is the 2nd time I've got to use it, so success with this if nothing else. What are you doing?
I'm trying to get back on your pad, but I'm not that invested.
Before Michael ever bayed, there was Roland Emmerich. Ow.
It is funny. This is a very Michael Bay movie.
We're looking for parking at the beach in Florida.
Should we go a little further? Where's the landing?
I was gonna take a video. No. Make those noises like the thing.
It's over.
Wow, we left the beach and it is just like a monsoon. I think there's a flood warning. It's kind of beautiful though. It's nice that it's not so humid. What do you think about this, Maiko?
Raining.
Yeah, but isn't it nice? Isn't this better than when it's humid?
I do like this tropical.
Yeah.
A lot of people would like.
A lot of the nerdy stuff became kind of cool.
Thrasher Horn Center. Yeah, it's just, I feel like. So the Florida trip has come to an end with a rollicking William Shatner 94-year-old Q&A ramble session on stage after watching Star Trek II, Wrath of Khan. And I thought it worked out differently. I thought I was gonna have breakfast with my one friend Rob, and my buddy Mike was gonna leave first thing in the morning, but it changed around in various ways, and now I'm in a hotel room with Mike, and we just had dinner, and he's still gonna leave first thing in the morning, but I'm gonna maybe get a good night's sleep for the first time in a few days, which would be good, and then head back tomorrow where I will be doing a lot of art on the trip, specifically because I have a 4-hour layover that if I can't change, I will just be plugged in trying to get some stuff done.
Monday morning, waking up in a hotel room.
Not the expected plan, but here we are. And it's weird because Mike was over there, but he had to leave. He got up and left at like 4 in the morning. I kind of heard him leaving. I hear housekeeping banging around out there. I'm gonna get up, start getting ready. The airport is like walking distance, so there's a shuttle that's walking distance. So I'm gonna get up, do that, be at the airport about 2 hours early. And I guess hopefully I want to get breakfast at the airport. I remember seeing a good place to get breakfast at the Texas airport, but I'm not there. But I'm not gonna do is just get Starbucks at the first place I see, because I got time to kill. And I'm still asleep. But yeah, I'm gonna try to find a place to sit down and have a good breakfast. 10 o'clock, I've been up about an hour. I plan on being out of the room quicker than now, but my flight got delayed, which is kind of good because I had a 4-hour layover that I was gonna see if I could try to get out of, or just deal with. But now I've spent some of that time here. Also, tipping is always a problem when you need cash. And historically, I've always had to leave cash at a hotel room. I only had a $2 bill with me. Weirdly, somebody gave me a $2 bill. I was trying not to spend it. I'm like, oh, I guess they're getting $2, which isn't a lot. I think you're supposed to do more like $5, maybe more, maybe less. Let me know in the comments if you agree, disagree. I think somebody told me $5 a night for a hotel is like average. But my buddy Mike was gonna leave a couple bucks too, but he forgot and left, so it was just gonna be $2. I'm like, well, better than nothing. And then I found a card for digital tipping, so I scanned it in and I was able to pay $5 to the housekeeper. Great, done. Why isn't it always like that? Now I'm gonna start heading down to the shuttle and head over to the airport and see if I can find a nice breakfast place. Posted up social media. Ever since the Kickstarter campaign, I've been more active on social media, not like this, but with like, here's my art and look at me and blah, blah, blah. And my TikTok has been doing okay, and I've been almost daily posting something, usually native to TikTok, and then reposting it to Kara, Blue Sky, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, etc. And I don't know how much that's been helping me. It's been giving me something to focus on in the morning. It's been making me spend a little time on it in the morning, which is both good and bad. But when I start getting heavy back into the comic, I don't want to just be sharing every panel and every page of the comic as I do it. I don't know. I think it's good that I've increased my social media presence for my art, but I got to find a balance, is what I'm saying. But right now, I'm still not really awake. Oh boy, I would love to have a croissant. I've become such a croissant snob diva. I've been wanting one since Florida. I enjoyed my trip. I really liked seeing my friends. Seeing Shatner was fun. But the food situation out here in Florida has not been great. I haven't had a really good cup of coffee since I left California, and I haven't had a really good meal since I've been here. There have been a few things I've liked here and there, but it's weird that just having a good latte and like a croissant sounds like the best thing in the world to me. I'm probably not gonna get that at the airport, but maybe I'll get a cappuccino and eggs or something. And I'm a diva. I'm a little breakfast diva. What can I say? Bye. It's a really pretty view. If you watched my video on Comic-Con, you would have seen me do something similar where I was leaving the hotel and I'm like, look at this beautiful area out back that I didn't even enjoy at all or know was here. But it's pretty for this 1 minute right here. Airport, they had a shuttle right in front of the hotel. He was right there. The second I got in, he drove me over, and it took about 4 minutes to get here. It was super convenient. No way to digitally tip him, but I had a $2 bill left because of the hotel thing, so I gave him that, and here we go. A little cafe outside of the security checkpoint, but I figured I'd be better off go ahead and getting that done. Another robot and heading in. So now I'm all checked in, ready, and I'm gonna get some food. There was a place back there called Verde something that had lattes and croissants. Doesn't mean they're good, but they had them. But down here is a place called Southern Grounds, and the internet says it's better. So I'm gonna try that, especially because it's more of a sit-down place, and I got some time to kill. So yes. And they had a breakfast sandwich that I was able to get on a croissant that I can't open with one hand. So a little avocado. I'm feeling very optimistic. I'm having trouble getting into working. I'm trying to think of this as like a work day as much as I can. I farted around looking at a bunch of different things, and then I came back to this Godzilla picture, which is, I think I talked about this before, I really like the way it's coming out, but it's this weird thing of like, I feel like I leveled up something, which is good, but now it's like there's nowhere to go from down, so it's like a struggle to get myself to finish it, because I'm like, I can only ruin it. But for whatever reason, I was able to work on this more than anything else, and I think that because there was some pre-production where I had to erase a bunch of layers and consolidate a bunch of layers and just do a bunch of futzing around before I could start drawing, and that helped me get into the mode, and so I've been working on this while I'm waiting to see how delayed my flight is, which again is not a bad thing. That's my gate, which was supposed to start boarding a few minutes ago. I went to the bathroom, came back, it still wasn't boarding. I'm group 6. I took a chance. I'm gonna get a decaf iced latte, which I absolutely don't need, with the idea of drinking it on the plane for the next 3 hours. Well, the beginning of the next 3 hours. It sounds lovely. So I took a chance, and it's paying off. It's Tuesday morning, I'm home. I'm not as tired and burnt out as you'd think I'd be after getting back from Florida. I'm doing okay. Do have plans to take the kid out today to meet another kid and do some stuff, so it's got a busy day. Trying to start also, she's still a little sick, sort of. I gotta give her medicine. She's sort of not sick as long as we do all the medicine and stuff, but there's like a bunch of stuff I gotta do. She's fine, but just thing to worry about. I gotta get back in the program because while I was away, this all happened, and usually I'm the one briefing other people on childcare, but now I was getting briefed on childcare, so it's a little bit of a flip there. The good news is I think my comics are coming today. I got a FedEx notification, and it's weird. It doesn't say Comics Wellspring or Greco-Roman. It's like some other thing, but I'm like, what else did I order? I'm pretty sure it's my comics are coming today, and I didn't receive a notification from the company. But if that's true, then rewards might start going out very, very soon, which is cool. Also, I got this box of t-shirts that I wasn't expecting, and there's a bunch in here, more than I thought. This is the new GodzillaFest t-shirt that was at the film festival a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and that will be at the G-Fest, or GodzillaFest San Francisco, I should say, in September, that I will be tabling at. And that is my art design that Bob Johnson sort of put together into the shirt. If you notice here, Toho. So this is my second official, well, I guess maybe more than second. My second official Godzilla art on a shirt. But I did do some sketch cards that included Godzilla because of Mr. Science Theater, which I guess isn't Toho, but was still like licensed, authorized, official. I have a few of these for various friends and family members, but I have some extra. I don't know. I can't really sell them, but maybe I could do some kind of giveaway, or if you buy a couple prints, you get one or something. I don't know. I got to figure it out. But that's exciting. I had done a previous shirt where I did it beginning to end, original art, did the logo treatment and everything, but I had a bunch of time. This was me filling in for some other artists that couldn't do it. So I was like, well, here's my art, reformatted, put it on the shirt, go. These shirts also feel more like that soft kind of shirt, which a lot of people like. I prefer the other one with the heavy duty, but hey, gift horse. Art on shirt, free shirt, not gonna complain. So I got the new U-line. So this will be an interesting test because I'm sending my last good envelope and my first new one with one 11x17 print and one free misprint comic. It'll be the exact same package, and we'll see if one works and the other doesn't.
Do a little water.
One drip of red. Ooh, that's fancy. About technology before, as much as it aids me, it hinders me. I needed to print an invoice to send with the sketch cards that I'm sending to China, which I wanted to send this morning, but I couldn't because I couldn't get my printer to work and I had to leave the house. Couldn't get the printer to work, but what I usually do is go through Photoshop. But Photoshop wasn't working because the password that was in there had like expired, like it's been a year or whatever, but then I couldn't find the password because it was in my password manager and I didn't have the password for that. And I had to go to a secondary confirmation to TechAdvisor or Zuki, and I just couldn't get Photoshop working. So I got home, got Photoshop working, and the printer isn't working. And I had fixed it recently, wouldn't work. It was unplugged, like from the computer, not unplugged from power. Plugged it in, but then it still wouldn't work because there was like 3 different driver listings. And so I just spent a half hour printing a sheet of paper. That's great. But I think the comics are here, so I'm gonna go check that out. So, I just spent some time grabbing one of these and flipping through it. Unbelievably, another misprint. Same misprint, the same page, missing the words. Now, I've only checked one batch with the standard cover. There's a possibility the other 2 covers have it. This is the bad news. And, waited weeks to get it, running behind on rewards, and there it is. Good news is I'm pretty sure it's not my fault this time. Last time when I went to check the proofs they sent, they were gone. The proofs were still up, and it definitely has the lettering in the proofs, which means I sent them the correct files, they showed me the correct files, and printed from the wrong files. Best case scenario, the variant covers don't have a misprint, and then they just have to send me the original back. Worst case scenario, they have to resend all of them, which should cost me nothing. Which means I get another pile that I give away at a convention or something, which is good and bad. I mean, I kind of made lemonade out of lemons last time, but I wasn't looking to do that again. And it could be another couple weeks till I get the ones I need, but I'm gonna check the other ones now and see where we're at. Variant covers, and that one also had the misprint, so likely they all 3 do. So what the
Man, I went to the post office. I sent out those sketch cards to China. Hopefully that'll work out, as well as a couple other prints. Double checked these, and yeah, they're all bad. So I sent a letter, an email, saying, hey, same exact problem, but this time it's your fault. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. See you next week.